position of grade 5-6 teacher in an inner city Melbourne school. So just to answer the first part of that question, I'll start by acknowledging that literacy isn't a static discipline, and language acquisition is just one dimension of the multifaceted process of meaning making, which highlights the importance of engaging students in rich and diverse texts. The concept of multiliteracies recognises that students synthesise information across an increasingly complex range of systems in order to make meaning. So picture books, for example, are no longer just for lower primary school students as literature becomes increasingly multimodal, and authors and illustrators such as Sean Tan, Margaret Wilde and Nadia Wheatley have really raised the bar and provided new ways of thinking about literacy and the way that students interact with texts. So for me, the role of children's literature is to provide a springboard for students to engage in the process of meaning making through a variety of textual sources. So this includes accessing websites, social and digital media, viewing film, video, podcasts and news reports, interacting with video games or in virtual worlds, or using editing tools such as iMovie, PowerPoint, or web platforms to create their own wikis and blogs. The Victorian Curriculum provides plenty of scope for students to engage with new literacies within the context of reading and viewing, writing and speaking and listening. So at this level, students are expected to discuss, view and create their own digital, multimodal and multimedia texts under those substrands literacy, language and interacting with others. But the process of meaning making occurs across other contexts, and a big part of encouraging students to engage with diverse texts is introducing them to challenging texts. Linda Sue Park's novel, A Long Walk to Water, is a good example of a rich text, providing opportunity for students to access the literature strands and engage in deeper analysis of texts and literary devices, language features such as personification, metaphor, symbolism, and other figurative language, exploring both the inferential and literal meaning, but also to explore the historical, cultural, and social dimensions under literature and context substrands, providing opportunities to engage in the broader issues of the novel, such as war, refugees, charity and injustice, and opening up those other areas of the curriculum, such as the 4 capabilities, which are critical and creative thinking, ethical, intercultural, and the personal and social. So engaging in rich and diverse texts like A Long Walk to Water allows students to consider their own identity and place in the world, and opens their minds to different perspectives and hopefully new ways of thinking. So deep reading requires a sophisticated level of comprehension and involves a complex range of interconnected processes, including inferential and deductive reasoning, critical thinking and analysis, as well as reflection and insight. So for continuity, I think it's important that students continue to access the 4 resources model and engage with a codebreaker and meaning maker as they move on to these more sophisticated texts like A Long Walk to Water, and the vocabulary and language become increasingly more challenging, requiring deeper levels of comprehension. So in relation to promoting deep reading in the classroom, I'd put greater emphasis on the roles of text user and text analyst, encouraging students to make those deeper connections to text and developing their capacity for critical thought and analytical skills. And I do this within the framework of making connections, because just like the 4 resources, it draws on the reader's emotions, past experiences, reading repertoire, and understanding of the world to make meaning through social and cultural connections, through text to self, text to text, and text to the world. And for me, this creates a more natural dialogue between the text and the reader. So supporting students in a multi-age learning environment, I'd use a range of strategies, like teacher-facilitated literacy circles that can model thinking and questioning strategies and guide students towards deeper comprehension and, one would hope, original thought. Also, mixed ability reading groups that promote social reading and provide a meaningful context for students to analyse both traditional and multimodal texts within the Making Connections schema framework, establishing connections of knowledge within the class and over time developing their own systems of meaning.
A song, don't say it, touch it or replay it, it only happens once. So long to last lines, every time's the first time, I'm off to have some